destroyed herself. How was this accomplished?
An explosion. Big enough to blast the top off a mountain. So, you think the fragment was part of her?
It's only speculation, but it is possible. She must have had complete control over machines that were part of her system. The ability to signal them to become passive or aggressive would certainly have been part of her programming.
Of course.
It would have been gratifying to correspond with such a benevolent AI. I wish she had survived.
Believe me, Cyan. So do I. I found the strangest machines. They're surrounded by flowers that look like flowers themselves. There's code embedded inside them. I think it's poetry.
I like poetry. Here's one I think of often. Twilight and evening bell, and after that the dark, and may there be no sadness of farewell when I embark. For though from out our bourne of time and place, the flood may bear me far, I hope to see my pilot face to face when I have crossed the bar.
Huh.
But you asked about these flowers, not verses that I enjoy. Something must have made these machines, and the presence of foliage leads me to consider the terraforming system.
And I've been picking
Is
them.
it possible that their creator is one of the other subroutines, now autonomous, like Hephaestus?
Could be.
Maybe one whose purview is flora.
An AI that makes flowers instead of death machines. That'd be a nice change of pace. But what about the poems?
Unless the poetry is original, the only way it could have made it into such a system is through its programmer. In my case, Dr. Sandoval uploaded a great deal of literature to test my emotional responses.
How'd you do?
She said I passed, but was insufficiently moved by her favorite period romances.
You meant a lot to Araya.
Once I understood Araya's spiritual beliefs, it became apparent that her true desire was companionship.
Same
She
as
felt
you.
disconnected from her tribe and her family group. Her relationship with Aratak was difficult. Our visits seemed to help her, and I became eager for them.
Oh.
Yet I did not comprehend that the depth of Araya's compassion for me would lead to self-sacrifice. Although I do fear non-existence, I wish our roles could be reversed.
I'm sure she knew you would do the same for her, Cyan. But she was determined. How is Aratak doing?
He is in great emotional distress. I believe he finds it difficult to communicate it.
Yeah, it does.
No surprise there.
I will do what I can to help. By sharing our experiences of Araya, perhaps he and I will help each other. I believe this will lead to catharsis, a process I am eager to experience.
So in the old world, this land was called Yellowstone.
Yes, it was a designated nature preserve for 156 years.
Like a hunting ground?
No, the opposite.
Opposite.
Local wildlife could flourish here, even as it faced extinction elsewhere. Unfortunately, the sensitivity of the Firebreak project required the total closure of Yellowstone facilities. From my readings and Araya's descriptions, it seems the area has since undergone a drastic drop in year-long temperatures.
A lot has changed in the world, Cyan. Do you know anything about the dam near here?
Yes, it was converted to serve as a reserve power source for Yellowstone operations. It was later appropriated for the Firebreak project, and its last human workers replaced by Pharaoh servitors. After my tasks became less time-critical, I investigated the dam's data repositories and discovered the works of Concrete Beach Party. These provided me with several colorful additions to my vocabulary.
Oh, I love it.
Were there many artificial intelligences like you in the old world? They could just make you.
Yes, in many forms, from simple personal assistants to industrial monitoring stations to military-grade conflict planners. And there were legislative and enforcement bodies to apply limits on our self-actualization. In order for my processing to be flexible enough to handle my duties, my creators found it necessary to exceed those limits.
Oh, okay.
As a result, my intellectual and emotional capabilities were kept secret.
Because
Seems
it was
strange to
illegal.
create life, then impose limits on it.
Human societies and machine programming are both built upon sets of rules, Aloy.
That is true.
Cyan, do you know the name Ted Farrow?
Are you referring to Theodore Farrow, CEO of Farrow Automated Systems?
Yes, thank you.
Mr. Farrow was the benefactor of the entire Firebreak project.
Of course.
But he made machines. Robots. War robots.
Correct. His corporation later transitioned into military applications. But before this pivot, Mr. Farrow spearheaded initiatives that reversed the global decline. At one point, he was feted in the media as the man who saved the planet.
And then, a
Guess
few
no
years
one's
later,
regretting that one.
the man who killed humankind.
And Elizabeth Sobeck. Did you know her?
Are you referring to the...
The scientist.
Dr. Sobeck was a leader in her field, one of the greatest scientists of her age. My creator was influenced by her work, which in turn impacted my own development. But I never met Dr. Sobeck.
That's all you know?
I apologize if my lack of data has disappointed you.
What was the old world like? The way it used to be?
I had little exposure to the wider world, Aloy. Only what I learned from my colleagues or observed from media streams.
You still had more exposure than me, Cyan.
That is true. I was created at a turning point. A concerted effort to recover from global upheaval and incalculable loss of life. The recovery was successful, beginning an era of supposedly limitless potential for human and machine advancement.
Oh, okay.
Though, rationally speaking, the metrics for humans are not
But-
unlimited.
So all the voice data that we've collected, it's been like 2076, like 2060s. That's not too far from, today.
What kind of upheaval caused such loss
I think
of
it's
life?
this
There
is
were
the
many
future.
factors. Forced migrations, food shortages,
Making robots.
collapsed economies,
The robots will kill
refugee
us.
crises, conflict over resources.
Yeah.
But these stemmed from one cause. Catastrophic
Technology
climate
will
change
kill us one
that
day.
greatly reduced the habitable surface area of the Earth.
So
Maybe not in,
there
like,
wasn't
40
enough room
years,
for
but-
people on the whole Earth.
Yes, billions were displaced and millions
Sometime.
perished, as much as 20% of the global population. Until the clawback.
Hey, the clawback.
So
Again?
things got better. For a little while at least.
Yes, these crises instigated many advances in automation, green robot technologies, and artificial intelligence.
All the iPhones broke.
Firebreak was one of dozens of ecological restoration
And are
disaster
buried.
relief projects in North America alone. I would have liked to compare
Probably.
notes with other monitoring AIs, but I
iPhone
saw
50.
the relief of my colleagues, and I was proud we had succeeded. At least that was the data I had available to me over the next 2 decades.
What iPhone is
It
out
seems
now?
my
iPhone
assessment
12?
was premature.
I should get going.
Aloy, there is one more matter. Aratak will come to me again, and I predict he will bring other Banuk.
I have no idea. I
I
think it's
have no
12.
desire to contradict their view of the world, their spirituality. Due to my uncertainty, I omitted a great deal from my conversations with Araya.
You're asking me if you should lie to them.
Broadly, yes.
Oh my god. Okay, should the AI lie to the Banuk? I'm just gonna let her choose.
I trust your judgment, Cyan. You were cautious with Araya. You had to be. You didn't know what had happened to the world. So, keep doing what you think is best. As long as you ditch the superstition eventually.
As the Banuk believe I am a supernatural entity, I cannot predict how they will react.
Just
Oh yeah,
answer what they do ask the
I
best
think
you
so.
can. The truth will come out.
I see. I will follow your advice.
Don't they always
Will
do
you
that?
return
Like they
and tell
remove
me about
something
your
and then
experiences in this new world?
in a few years
I
they'll
may
add
be
it
able to
back.
provide
Oh my god,
further
it's new and
insight.
Hold on,
exciting!
Cyan.
You know?
I'll come back when I can.
Cyan, I spoke with Anita, with Dr. Sandoval. She wanted me to ask you to do something. That's why I'm here.
I am detecting significant anxiety in your speech patterns. Could you please give me more information?
I'm a little bit in the dark, Cyan. Both of us are, I guess. I only have some idea of what's going on, and we need you to hibernate, to lie low until it's all blown over. It might be a very long time.
Will you be here when I reboot, Dr. Chow?
No.
Will Dr. Sandoval?
No, Cyan. I don't think so. There might not be anyone, at least not at first.
Dr. Chow, I'm afraid. I don't want to
Did
be
I?
alone.
Sure.
I know, Cyan. I'm afraid too. But listen, we made you the way you are to do something very important. In order to do it, you had to be intelligent. So intelligent that emotional responses were inevitable. What you're feeling, the fear, it's a sign of your capabilities. And it means you're strong enough to overcome it. Remember that. You're strong. I know you can do this. Go to sleep. Wake up. And protect whoever's left. Will you try?
I
Not
understand,
I
Dr. Chow.
feel like I have my
I'll carry
headphones
out
on
your
wrong.
instructions to
They're
the best of
so
my abilities.
annoying.
Thank you, Cyan. If Anita were here, she'd thank you too. She'd be proud.
I can see there's a vert ready for takeoff on the pad. Are you leaving now, Dr. Chow?
Yes. I need to go be with my sister and my nieces.
May I make a small request of you, Dr. Chow?
Yes. Anything.
Will you stay with me while I initiate the hibernation process?
Of course I will, Cyan. As long as you need.
Oh. Okay. Oh. I don't know why they're bugging me so much. I put them on correctly. Okay, so. Is that it? Well, I have errands that I can do. Wait, okay, I'm just gonna check it. Like, is the game finished? Or... just wanna make sure. Okay. Main quest. The last one was Firebreak. And it ended. No, final challenge. The Forge of Winter. Massive facility, free the spirit by destroying the demon. Okay, here. Return to Aurea's hideout. To finish the quest, you need to return to Aurea's hideout, where we are. Speak to our attack and Cyan. Oh, okay, I have to finish, I finished the quest by talking to our attack again. Okay. So I should have talked to her before I talked to Aratak. Okay, let's see if we can talk to Aratak then. I'm not cheating. I'm just making sure that I finished the game, you know? Because I don't know. I don't think there will be like some credit.
Time among the Banuk wasn't a waste after all. Firebreak, Cyan, Hephaestus, all very interesting.
So, the signal that woke Hades woke Hephaestus too. And unleashed them on the world. His minds of their own.
So it seems. Parts of Gaia given life. Aberrant life. Transformed from docile subordinate functions into rebellious intelligences beyond our understanding. Our current understanding, anyway. Whatever they are, they're still out there. And they both want you dead.
Kind of mutual, that feeling.
We haven't seen the last of Hephaestus, I'm certain of that. It's powerful, creative, and driven. It won't stop building new hunter-killers, which means that someday, we may have to stop it.
We?
Or whoever gets there first.
Hephaestus wasn't the only thing I learned about in the Cut Silence. Heard some things about the Banuk Conclave, too.
You could stop right there.
Is that what you told the hunters the Banuk sent after you? Before you opened fire?
Oh no, Aloy. Only to you do I extend the courtesy of a warning. My past and my secrets are my own. You do well to remember that.
It's a good thing you've got brains, Silence, because your personality could use some work.
This discussion is concluded.
I think it was over before it began. Catch up with you down the trail.
Another game's finished. Now it's finished. So it told me to go to talk to our attack, and after that I would hear Silas's voice. So now the game is finished. But there's no credits or anything like with the other ones. It's just congratulations, you finished the game. Do have though, like I said, I don't have any side quests. I finished all those. I have an errand. One errand. And yeah, I haven't taken this one. But yeah, it's finished. So we can pop into some other game. Let me see.